We got the first ever NFL Week 18 in NFL history, and that seemed like the right time to do our first ever odds jam betting breakdown. I got 4 picks for you guys. Hope you enjoy. How's it going, guys? My name is Ben. I'm a betting analyst for Better Media. I'm going to go ahead and go through a breakdown of my favorite plays for this upcoming NFL Week 18. So we got a couple of games on Saturday, we got a couple of games on Sunday, and we got the playoffs around the corner, and that is imperative to talk about in the last week of an NFL season. I got 4 picks on the weekend. Let's go ahead and start with the Saturday game. So like I just said, it's important to keep in note in the last week of betting an NFL season, who has something to play for, who's trying to get a better seeding, who's trying to make the playoffs, who's simply just eliminated, doesn't care, and maybe even who's trying to get better draft pick selection. So all things you got to keep in mind here. Let's go ahead and start with this Chiefs-Broncos matchup on Saturday. Great AFC matchup. Chiefs, they still got something to play for. If they win and the Titans somehow lose to the Texans, the Chiefs will have the AFC 1 seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Broncos, they're playoff eliminated. QB1 Teddy Bridgewater's hurt. Drew Lock going to be continuing to be the starter for Denver. Let's just go through the numbers of the matchup. The Chiefs absolutely own the matchup. They're 10-2 against the spread the last 12 meetings against the Broncos. In the last 5 meetings against the Broncos, they've won by an average of 18 points. They're 4-0 against the spread the last 4 games against the AFC West. They're 6-1 against the spread the last 7 overall. And quite frankly, the Chiefs have owned the matchup, and I don't see any reason why they won't continue to on Saturday. They're the better team on both sides of the football. The Broncos really struggled offensively going into KC the last time they met earlier this season, and I think that's going to continue. You got no Teddy Bridgewater this time around. Drew Lock has not been playing so hot. The Broncos have only put up 26 points their last 2 games combined, and I just think the Chiefs are going to absolutely steamroll over them. And usually when there's this kind of public action, because there's a lot of public action coming in on the Chiefs, I would stay away. I don't want to be with that much public money, but at the end of the day, Chiefs own the matchup. And a little bit of, mind games here from Vegas. Vegas wants the public to get kind of hooked right before postseason comes. Get the big favorite in, get the Chiefs, everyone on the Chiefs. And, when the playoffs come, we'll see how they do against the spread. Last year, they didn't really cover against the spread come postseason. So that's my first play on Saturday. We had the Chiefs going up against the Broncos. That line's sitting right now at -11, and I am taking the Chiefs -11. Like I said, won the last 5 matchups with the Broncos by an average of 18 points, and I'm expecting that to continue here on Saturday. So now let's head on into Sunday. I got 3 more plays here. We'll start with this matchup in the NFC West. We got the Rams going up against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the Rams have already clinched the playoffs, and with a win here, they will clinch the NFC West. The Cardinals just kind of lost out last couple of games of the season. Got a big win last week against the Cowboys, but right now the Rams have a game up on them. If they win, they will be the NFC West champs. Meanwhile, the 49ers, they need a win in order to make it into the postseason, or they're going to need the Saints to lose on Sunday. So, in this matchup, guys, you got 2 teams with something to play for here. The Rams are trying to clinch the division. The Niners are trying to clinch a playoff berth. And that's part of the reason I like the under 44.5. I think it's going to be a very conservative, very defensive-focused game. If you look at the trends here, under trends across the board. The under is 4-1 the last 5 meetings. It's 5-2 the 49ers last 7 games on the road. It's 4-0 the 49ers last 4 games overall. And this stat dates a bit back last season or 2. But the Rams as a home favorite, the under, is 17-4. So the last 21 times the Rams have been a home favorite, 17 of them have gone under. I absolutely love the trends here, and I think the narrative fits with the script. One team who's trying to make the playoffs, one team who's trying to clinch the division title, and I think we're going to see a lot of conservative football from both sides here, a lot of defensive focus, old school ground and pound. Yes, this Rams team can throw and pass with the best of them, but I think it's going to be a conservative play style. You don't want to get any injuries here trying to clinch the division. And I like the trends. The trends scream at public action right now, going a little bit to that over. I think points are going to be hard to come by in this division battle. And I like the under 44.5 with the Rams and the Niners. So this next game I want to talk about, guys, is another AFC West divisional battle. We have the Chargers going up against the Raiders. Now, both these teams can make the playoffs with a win. And technically, depending on what happens earlier in the day, both these teams can make the playoffs with a tie. Now, I don't think that we are going to see a tie. They moved this game to primetime football because it has the most playoff indications in it. It is essentially a play-in game for the postseason. And I think that's going to give edge to one team, and that is the Chargers. So the Chargers are 5-1 against the spread. The last 6 times they played the Raiders on the road, they're 6-2 against the spread. Their last 8 meetings against AFC West opponents, Meanwhile, the Raiders at home, not so hot. They've been 2-5 against the spread their last 7 at home. And they've been 2-5 against the spread their last 7 versus the AFC West. Haven't played that well in the division. This Chargers defense weakness. They are third last in rushing yards allowed. They cannot stop the run, but the Raiders are a bottom 5 running team. So I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue for this Chargers defense to stop a run, considering the Raiders are also bottom 5 in rushing. Meanwhile, this Chargers offense in the passing game, what they have been doing is pretty electric. I think that they're going to continue to roll. I think this is a big confidence builder for Justin Herbert heading into the postseason. They're getting healthier. They had some COVID issues there down the stretch at the back end of the season. Meanwhile, the Raiders have been just dealing with injury after injury, whether it's to Drake or Waller, this or that. They're getting some of these guys back, but I don't think they're going to be enough to get past this Chargers team. Give me the Chargers minus 2.5, and we'll see them in the postseason. So my last pick for Sunday, guys, you're probably not expecting this one to come out of my mouth. We got the Lions going up against the Packers in the NFC North matchup. And, you know, both these teams got nothing to play for. The Packers, they already clinched the 1 seed in the NFC, so they got home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The Lions have been playoff eliminated the last several weeks already. And I'm actually going to the Lions spread in this one. Now, the Lions been sitting around 3.5. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are both saying they want to play on Sunday. So we're going to have to wait and see where that line goes to. If that is official, they are ruled in. Nonetheless, I like the Lions to cover the number. I would wait and hold off to see how steep of a line you can get. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes up. But the Packers are 0-4 against the spread the last 4 meetings in Detroit. And they're 2-7 against the spread the last 9 meetings overall. Meanwhile, the Lions have been covering like madmen. They're 6-2 against the spread their last 8 games. They're 6-2 against the spread their last 8 at home. And, you know, like I said, this game means nothing to either team. We've seen the Lions try to move a step forward. They had a big win against the Cardinals. They could have passed in on the season. They could have just gone for draft picks, played for draft picks. But Dan Campbell wants to address and wants a culture to build on. They already got the big win against the Cardinals, and I honestly think the Lions are going to close out with a big win here against Green Bay. Now, even if Rodgers and Adams plays, the D-line, the O-line, you're going to be missing some key pieces there that they want to get healthy, ready, fully rested for the postseason. Now, these skill positions, like being a quarterback, you're not taking as much of a beating, you're not working as hard, and you're not going to be as exhausted from playing an extra week, whereas this extra week of rest means a lot to some of these key pieces on that O-line. So I'm taking the Lions here, plus the points. We'll see how high that number goes on Sunday. I would wait to see what you can get it at. Right now I'm seeing 3.5, but like I said, Rodgers and Adams are both convinced they're going to play on Sunday, and with that, I'm expecting the line to go up a bit higher. And even if it doesn't, that low 3.5 with the public action all over Green Bay, I just think, like I said, with the other key pieces, the non-skill positions, taking the rest here in Week 18, you're going to see the Lions cover a spread. Hope you guys like this betting breakdown for this week's plays. We'll go over them really quick. So on Saturday, I have the Chiefs minus 11. And then on Sunday, we have the Chargers minus the 2.5. We have the Rams under 44.5. And then we have the Lions plus the points. Right now, it's sitting at 3.5. I'm expecting that line to go up with the news that Rodgers and Adams will both be in. Guys, I wish you the best of luck this weekend. Hope you like this breakdown. We'll be doing more of these in the future. My buddy TJ, he's going to be doing another breakdown with some prop bets and his reads for this Week 18 slate. Also going to have a lot of stuff for the playoffs. We got college football championship on Monday. And if you guys want to keep up with us at Better Media this weekend, we do live streams covering all the betting action. Think of it as a betting red zone. We give out live bets. We cover betting analysis, keep up with all the prop bets. You name it, we're covering it. Come join us. That link is in our bio. You can follow us on Instagram at Better Media. And if you guys haven't already, check out OddsJam's site. They have a plethora of tools that make your betting and take it to the next level. I'm talking anything from arbitrage opportunities, EV calculators, parlay calculators. Even if you just want to go odd shopping, say the plays I just gave you, you want to find which sports books you can get the best odds to get the best overall value, you can do that at OddsJam. Check that out in the link of the description below. Wish you guys the best of luck. Happy gambling.